welcome to the Gaia update from Mercury Retrograde, January 2016. I'm Adrienne Elise. Well, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this Mercury Retrograde. It's some powerful energy that's speaking a lot to the whole year ahead. And so on January 5th, Mercury went retrograde at 1 degree Aquarius and moves into Capricorn, and then goes direct on January 25th. Now, the reason why this Mercury retrograde is so potent and bringing such a different energy than before is because of a few reasons. Now, there's 4 Mercury retrogrades this year, and they're all in earth signs. And so the information we're gathering this year is about our reality, about the solid reality, about finances, money, and what is the reality of our world. Now, that's definitely being challenged with the Saturn-Neptune square, very prevalent in 2016. Saturn, the energy of limitation and the energy of karma, the energy of reality, and Neptune, the dreaming part, the collective unconscious, the part of us that is perhaps an illusion or delusion, but also wants to dream. And so our reality and our dreams, our reality and our illusions are really coming to the foreground. And with all this Mercury, all the retrogrades and Mercury and Earth signs, we've got a huge message there about what this reality versus illusion is really about in our life. And we are being asked to reevaluate our relationship to our physical world, to this dimensional reality. And so for those of you who are paying attention and really want to get the most out of 2016, pay attention to these Mercury retrogrades, because it's when you're gathering information about what is real in your life, about real practical steps to be able to move forward in your spiritual evolution, but also working with the physical structures of our reality. And this has been such a potent theme over the last few years with Pluto and Uranus square. And this is being heavily activated right now, the very last time these planets come this close together in a square for the month of January. They're 1 degree apart. And so basically what's happening is that Mercury in this retrograde is going back and hovering. It's already crossed over Pluto at the end of December, but now is hovering in the retrograde right when it goes to turn direct. It hovers there right around Pluto. So it's about 2 weeks that it hangs out really close to Pluto, absolutely triggering the Pluto-Uranus square. Now, this is the astrology of the 2012 era. This is the last 3-4 years of breaking down the structures that are no longer serving the truth of who we are, building up a new identity that's based on our spiritual reality, and the future of the truth of who we really are, the technology that's available to us, this golden age, the Aquarian age that's ahead of us. But that Pluto and Capricorn is about what do we need to break down, change, look at the truth, and rebuild in order to be able to build this new world. And so Mercury is the messenger telling us about these things, bringing us this information on a global scale. But Mercury being a personal planet, it's really a time to tap into the information that's available to you in your own revolution of your identity, of your own changing of your perceptions of your reality, and questioning what's real and what's not real. With this Saturn square Neptune flavoring 2016, we've got Saturn, our reality planet, and Neptune, our dreamer planet. And these coming into a tension square is asking us to reevaluate what is real and what's a delusion and illusion. Now, it's a very powerful energy of 2016 is that these squares are happening in mutable signs. So the mutable sign is about changing. They happen during the change of seasons. It's an unsettling time. And because we have also this earth energy with the North Node and Jupiter in Virgo, as well as these 4 Mercury retrogrades and earth signs, we're looking at the reality of the ground under our feet. We're looking at the delusion of this a 3rd dimensional reality. Now, but in this time of flux and change, it's really about there's going to be times when you don't feel like you have the ground under your feet, because basically the ground that you've been standing on might be based on illusion and delusion. And this is the true of all of reality, of the whole, all of reality right now for everyone. And so in the big macrocosm scale, and also in our individual lives. And so this Mercury retrograde is coming right on the heels of all planets going direct. And so it could be in this 5th, around the 4th, 5th, 6th 6th of January, feeling a lot of lurchy energy, like, whoa, what's going on? But it's a powerful energy time when all planets are going direct, because it's like nothing is hindering the process. There's nothing, you don't have to go back and get anything else from the past. Everybody is moving forward together harmoniously. So this Mercury retrograde coming on the heels of that energy is really important, particularly because it starts at 1 degree Aquarius. That is where this retrograde starts. And so it's like Mercury's coming in to the energy of Aquarius, of the future of the golden age, and then being like, wait a minute. I don't quite understand what's keeping us from this. I don't quite understand the truth of what's really going on in the structures of this reality that are keeping us from moving forward. So 2016 is really about that. We've had this 3-4 years of this Pluto-Uranus square really squeezing us, really asking us to make these changes. And now we have this last month with Mercury retrograde in Capricorn, triggering Pluto and the Uranus square, and saying basically, yes, now it is time to change. We've had all of these dynamic changes going on in our inner reality, but the outer manifested reality is not yet showing these changes. And so we're again learning about this and figuring out what lies and what truths we need to know in order to move forward in our individual lives and the collective reality. And so going from that 1 degree Aquarius, Mercury goes retrograde back into Capricorn and hangs out for close to 2 weeks next to Pluto, triggering that Pluto-Uranus square. And now Pluto is breaking down. It's the shadow. It's power, systems, mechanisms, the shadow, the underworld, and so it's really intense for Mercury to be hanging out for so long with Pluto triggering this square. And it's speaking about this Pluto and Capricorn, the era of time that we live in, that we're finally beginning to understand. And so with Mercury hanging out right there with Pluto, it's gathering this information, this understanding about how do we break down the structures that are no longer serving us. And this is such a big theme of 2016 as we come into disclosure, we come into the truth of the lies. Now, part of the energy of 2016 is that these squares, of course, are happening in mutable signs, and this is very changeable. It's up and down. Things are coming and going and changing. And the reality, the ground under our feet, is not stable. And that is a good thing, because it's based on lies. Everything we've been living in this reality, in this construct of reality in our society, our political, our financial life, is based on lies. And so this is all coming true. And so Capricorn is the sign of authority. And also the structures of authority in our life, where we give our power away and where we own our power. And so Pluto, the planet of power in Capricorn, and also wants to just break down and get to reality and dig into the shadow and show what's really there. We are being asked to evaluate the structures of authority in our life and on the planet in general. And so what does this mean for you? In this Mercury retrograde, it's reevaluating where you have given your power over to the man. Who's the man? Anything in your life, anywhere where you've given your power over, anywhere where you don't feel autonomous in yourself. And we have lived, the Piscean age was really based on this false God authority, this punishing God, this force that's working against us in life. And now everything is changing. We're completely switching up our reality. And so what we're being called to do and what we're getting information on in January 2015 has to do with the structures of our life, our new identity, who we really are, living true to that, and where we've been lying to please others in our life. Where do we take back our own authority, and where have we allowed ourselves to be trampled on, and where we've trampled on others. So it's really a powerful time to make the most of this last Pluto-Uranus square and kind of shoot off into that new direction of 2016 of building a new ground, building a new foundation for the truth of who we are, and truly finding a new ground to stand on that's based on something that is transparent, that we can see through, something that we know is real. And this is really interesting because it's very much an energetic reality, whereas the earth signs is very physical. It's a manifested reality. And we are seeing that the ground that we've been feeling secure on is not stable at all. And the stability we find is actually in our energetic the support we can find in our energetic self, and the support we can gain from opening to the energetic support of the universe, to our higher self. This is really the foundation of strength that we're moving into as we change our reality, moving into higher dimensional frequencies. We are reevaluating and readjusting all parts of our physical manifested reality. And so that goes for you too. We've got powerful energy this month flavoring this Mercury retrograde as well, with Jupiter conjunct the North Node. Jupiter wants to expand, and there in Virgo, it's a sign of discrimination and cleaning up. Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, so this is a really important opportunity for us to clean up where we haven't been honest with ourselves, clean up where other people haven't been honest with ourselves, and clean up where we haven't been honest with other people about the truth of who we are and how we deserve to be treated on this planet and in our individual lives. And also asking for forgiveness when we haven't been treating people the way we want to. But Mercury in retrograde as the ruler of Virgo, with the North Node in Virgo and coming up with Jupiter there, is saying that indeed the North Node is our future karma, where we're going. And so the way we get there, the way we build these new structures, the way we find a new solid foundation of our reality is through discrimination, is through cleaning up, is through separating the bullshit from the truth. And that's kind of difficult when we've got this Saturn square Neptune questioning reality, what's real and what's true. And that's what makes these Mercury retrogrades of 2016 so important. They're not the same energy as in the past, where it feels like Mercury retrograde glitchy, things aren't working, they're not flowing the right way. This is really about gaining the information we need individually and collectively to build a new reality under our feet based on the truth of the energetic frequencies around us, and building a new reality that's more sustainable, because it's taking into account our spiritual, emotional, and energetic reality, as well as the physical, mundane reality. And so it's time to break down these structures. And Capricorn, where we have given our power away, humanity, to the financial system and to the government. And that starts when we can do that in our very own life, and stand up to the man in whatever way, realizing that you are the man. There is no force outside of yourself that's more powerful than you. And if there is a force of oppression or something working against you, it's something you have agreed to on some level, and that you are vibrationally in alignment with. And so the change that we need to see on the planet starts within each of us, as we're willing to deeply honor and respect ourselves for who we really are as spiritual beings in this physical experience on planet Earth, in third dimensional reality. So I hope you have a wonderful January. It's a great time to just take a little quiet time and to write, to understand, to think, to study, to meditate, and gather this information that's coming forward about taking back your power and taking back our Earth. So blessings, namaste, until next time.